With the initial idea having been formed by Darth Plagueis and Darth Sidious over 3 decades before it began, the Clone War would ensure the successful completion of the Sith Grand Plan. To make sure he was successful in destroying the Republic and Jedi, Sidious's machinations for the galaxy required him to make use of a number of different components to further his plan, including Dooku and the numerous members that allied to become the Separatists. Because these components were only meant to achieve Sidious's goals for the galaxy, they could ultimately be eliminated at the end of the war, having helped Sidious's machinations and with no additional importance or ability to help the Sith or Galactic Empire from Sidious's point of view. However, there was one individual who I think Sidious recognized would have been a tremendous ally for the Empire, but because of their position in the Clone War, would have never been able to perform that role. That was Grievous. In this video, I want to point out a number of areas within the Legends lore that demonstrates what Sidious thought of Grievous both before and during the Clone War. But most importantly, we'll look at a scene at the very end of the galactic conflict where Sidious revealed that the loss of Grievous would be a difficult one to the Separatist general himself, showing exactly what the Sith Lord truly thought of Grievous's skills and abilities. It's important to note that Grievous's path towards joining the Separatists in the war against the Republic and Jedi started with Sidious himself. Prior to the Clone War, not only was he recognized as an impressive warrior and strategist, but Grievous was also a leader of armies that succeeded in conquering worlds and defeating the Grand Armies who fought against him. Recognizing that Grievous would be the perfect commander of the droid armies in the coming war, Sidious would turn to Dooku, who orchestrated the events that would see Grievous be forced to rely upon his new cybernetics and become the commander of the Separatist droid army. As revealed by Dooku within the novel Labyrinth of Evil, right from the earliest moments that Sidious was introduced to the newly constructed Grievous, the Sith Lord couldn't have been more pleased. As Dooku explained to Sidious, Grievous, although not Force-sensitive, had embraced the way of the Sith, now driven by vengeance and rage, with Sidious being able to sense those aspects as well. Right from the beginning, Sidious was the individual who saw the potential of Grievous, and ensured Grievous had a crucial role in his plans for the Clone War. As Dooku recognized in Labyrinth of Evil, Grievous suffered few defeats, both with the armies he led before the Clone War and in the Clone War itself. But while we could look at some of these battles to see why Sidious would ultimately come to see Grievous as a tremendous loss, as someone who would have been a great ally for the Empire, I think the most important battle is the Battle of Coruscant, where we also get to see Sidious's direct reaction to Grievous's efforts. The important aspect to keep in mind is that while the Battle of Coruscant had long been planned by Sidious, the timing of it was in many ways forced upon him. Following the Battle of Cato Nemoidia, the Jedi were able to obtain information that was important to their search for Darth Sidious. With the Sith Lord recognizing the Jedi might be close to revealing his true identity, Sidious turned to Grievous and instructed him to prepare to attack Coruscant and capture Palpatine. And Grievous did exactly that. With his fleet having succeeded in engaging the Republic forces protecting Coruscant, Grievous successfully made his way to the planet's surface, ready to locate and capture Palpatine. As Grievous and 6 of his allies made their way to the position where Palpatine was being protected, the Separatist general fought his way through numerous Republic troopers. However, when Grievous was able to confront Palpatine face to face, that's when he would demonstrate his true abilities to the Sith Lord. Palpatine was being protected by 6 troopers, at least 5 of his Red Guards, and 4 Jedi Knights. And with the 5 remaining allies engaging the troopers and guards, Grievous engaged all 4 of the Jedi by himself, with Palpatine watching the entire attack. Despite being significantly outnumbered, Grievous made the duel look easy, eventually cutting down all 4 Jedi with ease. As if that wasn't enough, Grievous then turned his blades against the remaining guards and troopers attempting to protect Palpatine. With the battle over, Labyrinth of Evil then provides a great scene between Grievous and Palpatine. As Grievous turned to Palpatine and ordered him to go with them, Grievous recognized that Palpatine displayed no fear at all. Even more, Palpatine didn't even challenge the order. Instead, Palpatine simply said, quote, "You will be a true loss to the forces you represent." Grievous was completely taken by surprise by this, wondering why Palpatine was appearing to give him praise in that moment. Palpatine would quickly adopt a more confrontational tone with Grievous after this, but I think the scene shows a moment when Palpatine was speaking honestly as Darth Sidious, demonstrating just how much Sidious respected Grievous's abilities, and I think truly understanding that Grievous would be a loss to Sidious himself going forward into the era of the Empire. From the beginning, Sidious saw the potential in Grievous, and having counted on him during the Battle of Coruscant, where he performed remarkably, Sidious couldn't help but recognize Grievous would be a true loss to him, and I'd even say, knowing he would have been a great ally for the Empire. So there we have it, why Sidious saw Grievous as a true loss for him based on his abilities and successes during the Clone War. Thank you very much to all of the Patreon members of Star Wars Reading Club, as your support is so greatly appreciated. You can find all of our social media links and a link to our Star Wars gaming channel in the description below for updates and even more Star Wars content. We love making these videos, so why not subscribe for more fun Star Wars theories and discussions. Also, if you enjoyed the video, think about giving a like or leaving a comment. If not for me... For Not a Terrible Replacement.